Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about beauty sponges, and oh my god, I have so many. I probably don't need to repurchase any anytime soon. So if you guys want to see my thoughts and my review on all of these beauty sponges, then just keep on watching. So we all know what a beauty blender is. I have one right here. This one's a little dirty because I used it, but I have one right here. So everybody knows what the beloved beauty blender is. It kind of set the bar for all of the future and upcoming beauty sponges. It is $20 for a beauty blender, so I know it hurts my heart whenever I have to buy a new one. So luckily I have a couple on deck. So what I really like about the beauty blender is that it's super soft. It does apply my makeup really nicely. It evens everything out. It kind of takes away too much foundation if I'm wearing too much, which I am today, and it really saved my makeup. So I really like using a beauty blender. To me, it's fast, just depending on how quick I'm needing to put on my makeup. So I really like the beauty blender. Like I said, this is $20. It's super soft, so this is obviously well loved, so just ignore that it's dirty. I just used it. So this is what it looks like when it's wet, and this is what it compares to when it's dry. I wouldn't say better, but pretty top-notch, close runner-up, #2 beauty sponges out there would be anything that's drugstore. So I'm looking for something that is just as bouncy, something that is just as soft, and can help me put on my makeup just as fast. So my next beauty sponge that I really like, I just recently got it not too long ago, but I've been using it a lot as opposed to using my beauty blender, and it is the NYX Cosmetics beauty sponge. It has a flat edge on this side right here, and it also kind of has like a flat button bottom. So I really like this part of it, and I really like this flat edge as well. So this one I have been using in place of my black beauty blender, and it is just as bouncy. When it is dry, it's more stiff than this one when it's dry. I really like this one. It's a very close #2. I do reach for this one a lot now that I've added it to my collection, and I've just kind of been really enjoying how much this really does put my makeup on faster because it's so much bigger than the beauty blender. So these are both wet. I don't have this one dry because I had to clean it, but these are it in comparison. So they're a little bit the same as far as height goes, but I'm pretty sure that this one is bigger than this one. And I just feel like this one covers more area a little bit better. So this one I believe is online only at Ulta and NYX.com, and I believe it was $7.99. Okay, so the next beauty sponge that I really like that I came across was actually on Casey Holmes's recommendation, and it is the L'Oreal beauty sponge. Now it is a little bit stiffer in its dry form, and this is the shape of it. So it's got a rounded tip and a flat bottom. I guess this part is really for like grip for you to pounce it on, and this is what it looks like saturated. So it pretty much doubled in size, which they all do. It's a lot softer. I still don't think it has the texture to it like the beauty blender does, where it's very porous, so it's more fluffier. I don't think this is as porous as this one either. So they're both the same, and I think this is a very, very close third place for me. So if I did not have this beauty sponge, I would definitely grab this one. And like I said, it's not as porous as the beauty blender, so it's not as airy. It is a little bit more stiff. So this is the L'Oreal beauty sponge. Next, from Morphe brushes, and this is their beauty sponge. Very similar in shape. I mean, they're pretty much identical in shape to the L'Oreal one. It does come in a bright red. Here is a fresh, clean one. So this one is well loved, and this is a fresh one. And I'm just gonna get this one saturated to show you how it really does compare in size after it's been saturated. Okay, so this is the sponge saturated, and this is dry. These are $6.99 on the Morphe website, and I think that's a really great price for a beauty sponge. I like to stay in that range. I don't even like to really pay the $20 for this, but I don't want to even pay $10 for a beauty sponge. So I think $6.99 for a beauty sponge is great. However, you have to pay for shipping before $100 for Morphe. So it's kind of a drawback. I mean, if you're not placing an order with Morphe, I don't know that I would recommend this just because of that shipping cost. Like, who wants to pay for shipping? This is going to be my next favorite after this one. This one is a little bit more stiff than the L'Oreal one, and I would say that it's in between. They're obviously different material. This one is more, not as, like I said, porous, but this one is porous, but it's very stiff. My least favorite, I knew you guys were waiting for that. My least favorite, and I say this with lots of love because I do have other brushes from this line, but I only had to try out this sponge twice to know I did not like it. And it is the Eco Tools Beauty Sponge, and it comes in a little set where it has the smaller one and it has a bigger one. These are incredibly stiff when they're dry. I'm gonna saturate the smaller one. Okay, so I saturated the smaller one and it did get bigger. It is still not incredibly stiff, but it's still very stiff to the point where I don't know that I like it. And I mean, it has this edge right here and here, and it has this edge right here, but I think it's too stiff for me to really even blend anything into my face. So I did not like that, not even for under eye concealer, because again, to me it's so stiff and it's not very porous. And this one is a little bit bigger, so the smaller one actually kind of almost became the bigger one in its dry form, but not quite. So I don't know if you can tell. So I mean, they're almost the same size. This one is still a little bit bigger in dry form. Okay, so the Eco Tools one did really get larger in size. It is almost the same texture as the Morphe sponge. I think this one is still a little bit stiffer. Again, it has this flat edge here and this flat edge and this top flat edge right here. It's got a round bottom, but it is, to me, it's still stiff. Like, I'm comparing to other sponges and I'm just like, this one is super bouncy. This one is bouncy. This one just feels stiff. Like, I feel like I have to squeeze this one just a little bit harder. It's definitely not as soft as the L'Oreal one or the Morphe sponge. I just don't like it. I have found that it doesn't really blend in my foundation that nicely. I don't really even like using this to powder my under eyes. I don't like this for some reason, and I think it's because it has a flat edge right here as opposed to this is more rounded at the top, so it's a little bit easier to blend out. And then, but I don't get it. It's too hard, and I don't find a use for this or this or this. So the last sponge I have not used, but I just wanted to throw it into the video anyway. It's from Pure Cosmetics. It's pretty much the same design as the NYX Cosmetics one, except it doesn't have a little button bottom. It's still pretty round. And this is what it looks like when they're dry. So it does have that round bottom and then the curved top, and this is what it looks like with the flat edge. And I just wanted to show you, it is very stiff. It feels as stiff as the Eco Tools one, which I'm kind of nervous about because I don't want to say that I don't like it already. But I mean, like I said, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't really know. I got it in my BoxyCharm. Let's see how they compare in size. So it looks like it doubled in size, which is good news, but honestly, and I didn't think this was possible, but it is more stiff than the Eco Tools one. So I'm kind of nervous about it, but I will test these out and I will report back to you guys if you guys want to know if these sponges are worth it. But I'm just gonna be honest, I haven't tried these out yet, but I will say up front, first impressions, they are stiff. So I just don't know how well it's going to help me blend in my foundation. So if I had to pick 3 beauty blenders or beauty sponges, it would be the Beauty Blender, NYX Cosmetics, and the L'Oreal sponge. You can pick these up at your local Walgreens or CVS. This unfortunately is, I think, online only right now, but if you are purchasing through Ulta or whatever, this is a great alternative. And then of course your beauty blender. So if you guys liked my review, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.